Welcome to Unstruct AI Breaking. I'm Sam Kokoro, and we're covering the stunning public implosion between Donald Trump and Elon Musk that's happening right now. Tesla just lost $150 billion in market value in a single day. The world's most powerful man and the world's richest man are at war.
Sam, I've seen corporate breakups before, but this is different. When the president threatens to terminate all government contracts with your companies, that's not just business, that's existential threat level stuff.
The numbers are staggering. Tesla dropped 14.3% today, losing approximately $150 billion in market cap. Musk's personal net worth fell by $34 billion, the second largest single-day loss in Bloomberg Billionaires Index history.
This started over Trump's spending bill, but it's escalated into something unprecedented. Trump called Musk crazy on Truth Social. Musk responded by endorsing Trump's impeachment. Neither of these men backs down easily.
Let's start with the timeline. Jordan, walk us through exactly how this exploded today.
It began this morning when Trump spoke from the Oval Office, saying he was very disappointed in Musk. Quote, "Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore." That was around 11 a.m. Eastern.
Then Trump escalated on Truth Social. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. That's when Tesla started free-falling.
Musk's response was swift and nuclear. He posted, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election," and then, get this, endorsed a post saying Trump should be impeached. In real time, we watched a bromance turn into mutual destruction.
What triggered this? Alex, you've been tracking the buildup over the past week.
Musk has been trashing Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill since leaving his Doge role last week. He called it a disgusting abomination and urged Senate Republicans to kill it. The bill eliminates EV tax credits that benefit Tesla.
Trump alleged that Musk only turned against the bill when he learned about the EV credit elimination. Quote, "He only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars."
But Musk fired back immediately. "False, this bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it." This is happening in real time on social media.
Riley, from an engineering perspective, what are the systemic risks when the CEO of critical infrastructure companies feuds with the president?
SpaceX carries astronauts to the International Space Station. Starlink provides internet to Ukraine and rural America. Tesla is the leading EV manufacturer. These aren't just businesses, they're national infrastructure. A personal feud shouldn't threaten critical systems.
SpaceX has received nearly $20 billion in federal contracts since 2008. Musk even posted today, "In light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately." That's the spacecraft that carries astronauts.
The market reaction tells the story. Tesla's $150 billion loss is the largest single-day market cap destruction in its history. But this goes beyond Tesla. It's about regulatory uncertainty across Musk's entire empire.
What about the political implications? This was Trump's biggest corporate ally.
Musk spent nearly $300 million backing Trump and Republicans in 2024. He was instrumental in Trump's victory. Now he's suggesting Trump should be impeached. This creates a massive rift in Trump's coalition.
Musk even posted asking if it's time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle. He's essentially threatening to split the Republican coalition that brought Trump to power.
Both of these guys have massive egos and use social media as weapons. Trump has Truth Social, Musk owns X. They're literally fighting with their own megaphones, and the collateral damage is enormous.
Jordan, you've been tracking the financial cascade effects. What are we seeing beyond Tesla?
Tesla fell 14%, but Trump Media and Technology Group, DJT, also dropped as investors worry about broader political instability. The entire EV sector took a hit. Wall Street indexes ended lower despite positive China trade news.
JP Morgan estimates Tesla could face a $1.2 billion annual profit hit from EV credit elimination, plus another $2 billion setback from California's EV mandate changes. This feud just accelerated those risks.
Tesla's stock has fallen 20% over 5 days and is down nearly 25% year-to-date. For a company that was the poster child of the Trump tech alliance, this is devastating. Investors bought Tesla partly betting on political wins at Musk's back.
What about regulatory implications? Alex, how might this change the landscape for autonomous vehicles, space contracts, and social media regulation?
Tesla was expecting streamlined autonomous vehicle regulations. Now they might face targeted restrictions. SpaceX could lose NASA contracts. X could face renewed content moderation scrutiny. The regulatory tailwinds just became headwinds.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy had been exempting autonomous vehicles from safety requirements. That preferential treatment is now in jeopardy. Regulators might craft rules specifically to target Tesla.
This is what happens when you concentrate too much power in personal relationships. Musk built his empire partly on political access. When that access becomes adversarial, the entire structure is vulnerable.
Looking ahead, is there any path to de-escalation, or are we watching a permanent rupture?
Reuters reports that Trump's aides have scheduled a call between the two for Friday. But given the public nature of today's attacks, walking this back will be difficult. Both men's reputations are now on the line.
The damage may already be done. Musk endorsed Trump's impeachment. Trump threatened to destroy Musk's companies. These aren't positions you easily retreat from without losing face.
In normal corporate disputes, you have boards, shareholders, and institutional pressure for resolution. But when it's the president versus the world's richest man playing out on social media, traditional conflict resolution doesn't apply.
What are the broader implications for other tech leaders and corporate America?
This is a warning shot to every CEO. Political alliances with this administration come with enormous personal risk. If Musk, who spent $300 million and ran Doge, can be targeted, no one is safe.
Kansas City Fed President Jeff Schmid expressed concern today that tariffs could rekindle inflation. Adding regulatory uncertainty from political feuds creates additional economic instability at a delicate time.
For engineers and workers at these companies, this is terrifying. Your job security shouldn't depend on whether your CEO can avoid triggering the president on social media. This is not sustainable.
Let's talk about Doge. Musk left his government efficiency role last week. How does this feud reflect on that entire initiative?
Reports suggest Doge may have cost more money than it saved. Musk's departure and this feud raise questions about whether the entire efficiency initiative was just political theater.
Musk's criticism of the spending bill undermines his own Doge legacy. He's essentially admitting the administration he helped design is fiscally irresponsible. That's damaging for everyone involved.
The whole Doge thing felt performative from the start. Real government efficiency requires institutional change, not celebrity executives making cuts for headlines. This feud exposes how shallow it all was.
What should investors, employees, and citizens be watching for in the coming days?
Watch for any actual policy moves, contract cancellations, regulatory changes, or legislative action. Also watch if other Republicans break with Trump to support Musk, or if they close ranks around the president.
Tesla earnings calls will be crucial. How do they address regulatory uncertainty? SpaceX missions could face delays if contracts are actually threatened. These aren't just political theater, they're operational realities.
For workers, start updating those resumes. When your company's fate depends on your CEO's Twitter behavior, you need backup plans. This is a reminder that even the most successful companies can be vulnerable to leadership chaos.
Any final thoughts on what this tells us about power, ego, and consequences in 2025?
This shows how fragile our systems are when they depend on personal relationships between powerful men. We need institutions that can function regardless of individual egos and social media feuds.
Markets hate uncertainty, and personal feuds between leaders create maximum uncertainty. This will likely accelerate discussions about diversifying away from personality-dependent business models.
We're witnessing real-time how social media amplifies conflicts into economic and political crises. The speed of escalation today was unprecedented, and the consequences are still unfolding.
Riley, Jordan, Alex, thank you for helping us process this extraordinary day. We'll continue monitoring this situation as it develops. Tomorrow's scheduled call between Trump and Musk could determine the fate of hundreds of billions in market value. This has been Unstruct AI Breaking, where we examine the human cost of technological and political disruption. When egos clash at the highest levels, everyone else pays the price.